Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing this evening? Oh, and by the way, happy Valentine's Day. It is officially February 14th. Um, I made a video last night on the 13th, but I have not yet uploaded it, and I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to upload it or not. But I did decide to go ahead and make a video tonight. It's just me talking. I had an experience earlier. Well, I'm having an experience now, really. As most of y'all know, I do smoke weed. I don't hide that fact at all. I have dabbed before. And, I have ate edibles before. And I have ate enough edibles to know what my limit is. And that's usually 100 milligrams. Well, me and one of my friends, a week or so back, she got me an edible, which is 100 milligram gummy. And I ate it tonight. And then I took a shower. Probably about 30 minutes after I ate it. And I was not feeling any pain. I'm not feeling any pain now. And I'm continuing to smoke flower, burn my candles, burn my incense. Having some epiphanies of some sorts, I suppose. Perhaps not. Too many thoughts entering and exiting my mind at the same time for me to even try to think about catching one at the moment. So I'm just kind of watching them zoom around, I suppose, you know. Every now and then I might reach out and grab one. Let's see. I watched this movie the other night. It was called Keith. Very strange movie. It didn't end quite how I suspected it would, but it kind of shocked me when it ended because I didn't expect it to be over. It was weird. But it's called Keith. I think I watched it on Prime Video. It's either Prime or YouTube. No, it had been Prime. But it was a free movie. Might have freebie. I think it did have some commercials. A couple times. I'm trying to think of some of the other movies I've watched as of recently. Today I did, or yesterday on Tuesday, I went over to my daughter's and took her Valentine's Day gift along with my grandchildren, giving them their gifts, and we watched this movie, and it was called Home, and it was this little alien dude, and if you've never seen it, it was made, I think, in 2015. If you've never seen it, it's probably on Disney Channel. If you happen to get that, it'd be easy to watch, buy, find, whatever. But it was a really cute movie, and my granddaughters seemed to like it. So we watched it. That's what they picked out. And then my daughter, after she fed Finn, proceeded to go into the kitchen to wash up some bottles and cups and stuff because Hunter does all the other dishes. He just don't like doing the bottles and cups, so he just kind of leaves those for her. And she went in there to do that, to work on that. And I guess in the midst of her doing all that, she decided to throw together some dinner too. I was so immersed in the movie with the girls and everything, and watching Finn sleep in his little swing that I wasn't paying no mind. Next thing you know, she's bringing me a plate of food, so that was pretty cool. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my daughter being so thoughtful and having a heart especially here on this holiday that's celebrating hearts and love and all that. I might not have a partner per se, but I do have my children that I am very proud of and love very much with all my heart. So I can't ask for anything more than that, you know? I'm so blessed in that arena. As far as boob tubes concerned, well, I've kind of been cruising some other streets lately, that a lot of my other booby tubey friends haven't cruised down yet. And just, I guess in a way I'm kind of trying to re-educate myself on some subject matters that I studied about 10, 12, 15 years ago. Yeah, I guess it'd be about 14 years ago when I started doing most of my research on a lot of subject matters, and a couple of these subject matters are now resurfacing again. So I'm basically refreshing my memory on the subject matters. I'm doing some new research on some other subject matters that I feel like I needed to dive into, to research personally for my own psyche. Not that I didn't know what the terms meant or some of the actions or behaviors of people that have this specific characteristic, but I just wanted to learn a little bit more about the characteristics of these types of people and why they might be the way they are, and the different types of people that this type of person can be. It's not just one specific, there's one specific name, but then you have different types of that name. Because it is a personality type of disorder, I suppose. They say some genetics could be linked to it, but more probably way people are raised, trauma that they had ensued in their life, etc., etc. If it is a genetic thing, then I have no worries about that, per se. But again, I might. I don't really know my birth family that well. I met my birth mother one time in 2008. And then in 2009, on a phone call, she told me the truth, And after that, our relationship sort of just slowly started going downhill. And I just never really talked to her that much. I think the last time I talked to her was in 2020 when I talked to her about the birth of my grandchild, Everly, and her response was more or less not a response at all. So I just never really messaged her after that. Now, as far as my birth father, possibilities, I don't know. I don't know the man. Never really knew the man, don't really care. No, man, he's already dead and gone and probably reincarnated into a new body already anyway. As far as the parents that raised me, no blood relation there at all, so I don't have to worry about it. But I do believe that some of these traits did rub off on me, but I wouldn't say that that I am one of those types of people. I might exhibit traits, subtle traits perhaps, or maybe it's just the fact that the generation I was raised in, our parents pushed us away, The generation I was raised in, parents they wanted us to be seen at family functions and get-togethers and at church as a family, etc., etc. But as far as when we were at home, at least as far as my family, my mom didn't care if I went outside and played for hours on end and didn't come home till the streetlights came on. As long as I was safe, which she wouldn't know if I was or wasn't until somebody came to tell her any different, or give her a phone call to let her know that there was anything wrong. I usually always carried some kind of food in a little backpack with me, or a little bag I could carry on my bike in my basket or whatever. Just depending on the mode of transportation and where I was at or whatever. Or, people were just so forgiving also back in the day. If you went over to a friend's house and they had some grub, or their parents were like, hey, y'all hungry? We'll fix you something to eat, fix you some sandwiches or whatever. Well, heck, man, we got to eat, It's like when my friends came over and we came back in from playing or something like that. Well, Mom would fix us all some food, So food wasn't really an issue hard of attaining, even though you might not have had a lot of connection with your parents like the parents have with their kids nowadays because of the cell phone aspect and features. But back in my day, kids were free to roam and explore and have a mind and have an imagination, and we're free to have our own thoughts and feelings, even though some of us grew up with not being able to express those thoughts and feelings so much in the family unit per se. But now that I'm older, I was the only child. My mother is still alive. Lord knows she's had a life. She's almost 91 years old. So she's seen a lot, in her lifetime. She's seen a few wars and a few presidents and a few of these things and a few of those things. I'm 54, almost 55 years old, and I feel the same way. And my daughter's soon to be 25 on the 20th of this month. So in 6 more days, my daughter will reach 25 years of age. A few more months, 4 more months, I'll be turning 55. So I'll be exactly 30 years older than she. And looking back on where I was at the age of 25 and looking at where I am in life now, in a weird sort of way, not a lot has changed. But then again, everything's changed. It's hard to explain. I told a friend the other day that physically I might be aging. Yeah, I'm getting wrinkles. Yeah, I got gray hair. Yeah, I don't move as fast as I used to, etc., etc. But internally, mentally, sometimes I still feel like I was in my teens or 20s or 30s, Maybe it's because I have all those memories of all those experiences throughout all those years. And it is, somebody told me once, it's like a movie in your head. And I'm like, yeah, all the memories are like tucked away in my heart, and the heart and the brain are connected. So it's like I can retrieve the memories whenever I want, regardless if they're good or bad. I don't see life as good or bad. I just see life as experiences. Perceptions. Not everybody's gonna agree on the same subject matters, Everybody's free to have their opinion. At least in my world, everybody is free to have their own opinion. I might not agree with your opinion, and I might feel like I have a right to stand up and tell you that I don't agree with your opinion and why I don't agree with it. It's kind of like, I don't know, debating it it does something because it makes you think. It makes you try to gain the knowledge that you need to try to win that debate, I guess. But it's not about winning, and it's not about who's right or wrong. It's just more of a learning tool, I suppose. But yeah, basically, what you see, like right here, right now, is what you get with me. This is what I do most of my evenings when I come home from work, or on my evenings that I'm home on my days off, or whatever. Just sitting here in my little room, doing what I do. Smoking weed, drinking coffee, hanging out, chilling, having thoughts, catching a thought every now and then. Haven't made a video in a while simply because, I don't know, there for a while I felt like things was just sort of hectic, you know. But now, I don't feel like things are as hectic as they once was. I'm also realizing that I am more grateful than I realized because of the things that I have, you know. Like, I have an apartment, I have food in my refrigerator and my cabinets, I have clothes, I have clean water, I have all of the necessities I need to get me through, you know. And life is only given to us day by day. So, I have enough each day for that day, you know what I mean? I think it's good to prep for the future, in a sense, but at the same time, live in the moment, you know? Follow your heart. Life isn't as bleak as it seems sometimes. That sometimes all you need to do is sit down and relax and breathe and wash the day away. Eat 100-milligram edible. Smoke some okay flower, shake, whatever, you know. Nothing to write home to mom about. In all honesty, I think I actually probably need to try to do a small THC detox for a couple of days, because sometimes I feel like that I don't even get a buzz off of it anymore because I just smoke it all the time, or it's such a low quality that it takes more and more and more for me to get high, you know. So, yeah, that's another, I think, thing on my agenda. Another thing on my agenda is to do a walk every day at some time in the day. It doesn't matter if it's going to be before work or after work, but more than likely it'd be before work because my hours I work, you know. I'm also in the midst of trying to find another job. Not that I don't like my job where I'm at. It's just that I'm only going to get 30 hours a week. I only make $12 an hour. I basically bring home $300 a week, $1,200 a month. My bills are $1,000 a month. That gives me $200 a month to buy groceries, have gas for my car, have non-food supplies taken care of. So that's why I say I'm grateful that I have my needs taken care of, because that's basically it. My needs are taken care of. I don't have much for myself left over in the end. So if anybody is in a giving mood for Valentine's Day today, and you'd like to cash at me some love, even if it's just $5, you would probably brighten my day. So, I'll leave my Cash App in the description down below as part of this video. And if you feel like you want to share some love on Valentine's Day, I would be more than grateful for it. and utilize it to the best of my ability. And I will let you know what I utilize it on. But it will definitely be self-care, affirming type things. It just depends on how much I receive as to what I self-care myself with. It could be anything from a candle to a pack of new incense to an eighth of some really, really good bud, which is around $30. So yeah. Anyways, that's about the extent of things. I think that's about the extent of my stories. I got me a new bowl loaded. I'm at the 20-minute mark. I only got about 25 minutes. Okay, I was just listening. I think I'm hearing my neighbors upstairs. But yeah, I think that's about all I really need to say. Happy Valentine's Day to anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, there you are. And I just want you to know that you are loved. Why? Simply because you are here, and you are here representing you, because that's who you are. Just like me, I'm here as me. The name that we are given, that is who I am here as. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's who I am. If that makes any sense. Like I said, I've been delving into a few new paths. Kind of being rerouted to some old paths. But looking at it from a different perspective than when it was first presented to me. If I have any thoughts or feelings on those things at the time that they come up, and if it's something that I feel like I really need to share with you or get off my heart or just want to share, I will do that. In the meantime, peace, love, hugs, nugs. Smoke it if you got it, and have a blessed and most joyful day ahead, night, wherever you may be in this world. And till the next time, much love.